Hey guys, hi there, and welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are well. Yes, today we're gonna do Bring Your Tactics. Yes, gonna take a look at some of your tactics. Sorry I'm late, half an hour late. Yes, basically, we've got that thing called Stream Elements. They decided to do an update, and I'm basically uninstalled Stream Elements because it's not the first time it's done it for me. It's buggy as hell. My whole OBS froze. I think it's not good to have too many plugins in your OBS installation. I slowly started adding more and more, and I think Yes, stream elements is usually problematic. Yeah, I only like one facet of their plugin, but I've decided to dump it all. So stream elements is gone as a plugin. I mean, they're great for alerts and stuff, but I don't even use the alerts anymore. So what's the point? Yeah, so it's gone, man. How you guys doing? Hello, Maximovich. How are you, man? Hope you have got your spicy coffee on standby, man. Yep. Hope your spicy coffee is on standby. Midoriya and Chico, welcome into the stream, guys. And yes, I'll take a look at your tactics, right? So let me see if I get those. Let's see if this works. Ah, it does no. Hey, how are you, man, Intanin? Hope you're well. Yes, let's buckle up. Let me look for my upload tactics link. Hope this works. It should work. It should go out to both of you. Yep, it did. So that's the one. All right. All right, so you can use that link to upload your tactics. For those guys on Discord, you know, if you use the Discord link, I will definitely be playing your tactics. All right, so we've got a few tactics to look at today. Once again, the idea behind this is to what I do normally is we play for 45 minutes. We let your tactic play over 45 minutes, and then, of course, after that, it's a case of me looking at trying something different, right? This idea here is just to give you a different perspective. It's not like, oh my god, the tactic is terrible. Most of the tactics nowadays are so good, I don't need to make changes, which is why we now have a tactic of the week thing going on. Yeah, so a lot of your tactics are so good. It's just getting it's just picking up people are using your tactics as well, which is great. Yeah, I mean, I honestly believe most of you out there are making great tactics. Speaking of which, other stuff that we're doing right now, I think you guys were here for yesterday's stream, right, where I did this, which is looking at a percentage, or rather the number of youth players. So out of a total population, right? I think this is wrong. I remember last time it was 51,000. Total number of players that are total players 51,000. We had you players between the ages of 15 to 21. I might say, I have 100 and almost 170,000 players loaded in my DB, right? So out of that 170 odd thousand players loaded on DB, we got about 51,000 of them aged between 15 to 21, and we wanted to find out how many of them are at least 4 stars or 5 stars, right? So this is 5 stars and higher. Now, what do we categorize as 5 star? In the game, 5 star is categorized as PA 151 and higher. So this is 5 star. So we did the numbers. We found that there were at least 1% or 1% of the player population can be categorized as 5 star, and there were at least 4 of them who were 190 CA and above. Alright, 190 PA and above. So it's great to know that a Messi doesn't show up every year. Where I sent it this, because the development as well. I'm doing a lot of studies on my own save, so I know the guys on Discord have my save as well. So essentially, it's good to know that the distribution is okay. The other thing that we noticed is I noticed today as I was going through it. Right, we have as you know, I've got quite a number of leagues loaded. I mean, not as many as I did last year. Last year was insane. Last year was almost more than 250,000 players were loaded in my DB when I was streaming. So I went through all of them, right? Every single player. So there's a lot of players here, rather a lot of clubs. So I wanted to find out which are the clubs they are coming from, and I haven't really. I don't want to do too much, like, I'm not finding out what the origin club is or what their nationality is, because as you know, players can change nationalities. So amazingly, there are some really funky stories as well. But if you look at the pure numbers, right, there's no surprise to me England had like 124 of the 5-star players. Spain at 138, Brazil 52, Argentina 29, Colombia 4, Italy 32, Germany 49, Netherlands 33, and Portugal 39. The spread though is also in line with what I would have expected. Like, you know, some of these clubs, for example, Man City, Real Madrid, these are the clubs which have got a high number of 5-star players. And of course, what about the non-playable leagues? The view, like some leagues are non-playable, as you know, Ivory Coast is unplayable. So what happens with these unplayable leagues, or rather nations and leagues that cannot be loaded in your saves? The game maintains a kind of you see, within the game there's an algorithm, right? So it says, okay, fine, all these African nations, they will produce a new gen at this rate. So that will happen in the game. So it happens at that rate. So it could be after like 7 to 10 years, right? You find out, oh, now there's no new gen game, will create one more. So it kind of maintains that balance. So if one comes out, wait until it retires, or wait until it's time now for another new gen to come out. So there's this period of time where they may not be a new gen. Explains why some of these leagues, right? If you look at some of the leagues, some leagues, right, even playable leagues, it could end up waiting for a while for a new gen to come out. I mean, I was looking at some of the other playable leagues, like, okay, Hungary is playable in my save, but hell, man, the new gen won. Won. So some leagues take a really long time, and so far, and some leagues, so view-only leagues will produce, but only to replenish the population of new 5-star new gen. So if the 5-star new gen retires, there will be another one that comes out. That's it. That's how it works. Whereas in other leagues, like the playable leagues with a high nation rating and high youth rating, like England, Spain, Brazil, you will see an increase in the number of 5-star players. So if you have a save in like Portugal, for example, right, where yes, there is a league that is a great league, right? You think like, oh, if I'm managing, say, Benfica, for example, which has got a great youth academy, I should be getting a great cohort all the time. Hey, whoa, wait a minute. Let's talk about the total population, how it's distributed for new gens. You can't expect a club like Benfica to produce like 5 world quality players every 5 years. It's more like 1 every 7 years. That's what I found out. So you're gonna get 1 to 7, about 1 every 7 years. So it falls in line with the way SI have been setting their stuff up. You know, interestingly enough, we had players coming up from academies in the US too. Like leagues are not loaded. Like FC Dallas Academy had 1 player. I was like, wow, that's interesting. Then we have another one in Sounders Academy. So the American academies also came out, and view only leagues like Egypt, Alguna. I've never heard of Alguna, but it pops up. And then we've got so these are all American academies that release one, but within the timeline that I'm looking at, the age group I'm looking at, rather 15 to 21. So that is still going on. I haven't finished yet, but eventually I will. Black Myth Wukong will have new patch update soon. Okay. Oh, my head. Oh, you've given me a headache, my Kimpi. I don't know why I'm not feeling well today. It's like every time I breathe in, right, I get a headache. Or rather, every time I breathe in, right, there's a pain up here. I don't know what's causing it. It's been like that the whole day. So far, 4-star Nugents will be better off in. So 4-star Nugents will be better in terms of buying and selling off. I don't know. Actually, the 4-star population is very, very. The 4-star population is quite large, though. It's quite large. Which means that a 4-star pop. Okay, the thing about this is there's stars and potential ability, right? So if I look at the population is quite there are quite a lot of players, but here we come to the whole approach of playing, right? Me, I'm very picky about who I pick. So there'll be a lot of 5-star players who might be unambitious and fickle. So would you pick them? I wouldn't, right? I'd rather pick a 4-star who's model citizen than to pick a 5-star who's fickle. So that's how I play the game. So when you go into the game, it becomes a question of who do you want to pick, right? So I wouldn't say 4-stars is better to go and buy them. I have 4-stars in my save that are really good. I mean, remember that I had a 4-star player called Demir something or other, his name. I can't remember his name now. Okay. Now the problem was I couldn't give him playtime. right? For a few seasons, I was like, I don't know what to do with him. I had other players coming through, and I was like, okay, why don't we just put him out and then let him go and put a sell-on clause? I made him quite a fair bit of money in the sell-on clause because he ended up developing so well outside, but he reached his cap for stars. He was like 140 PA, right? And his attribute distribution is pretty good. I mean, what else can we ask for? I mean, I'm not asking. Here again, if you go into this game and you start saying, okay, fine, I'm going to develop this guy physically and forget his mentals, then you're asking for a lot of other issues to crop up later. So for me, very simply put, when I go into this game, when it comes to youth players, I don't just look at their attributes. I look at their personality first. I'm not interested in their attributes. I really am not interested in their attributes first. I mean, that's not really true. I'm only interested in 2 attributes. Aggression and natural fitness. These are the only 2 I look at the start. Okay. And then I look at their personality, right? So first I look at aggression, then I look at natural fitness, then I go like, oh my, this guy is going to be good. This guy is going to be good. What is his personality like? Boom, he's fickle. Okay, bye. He goes. Aggression, natural fitness is good, and he's got balanced personality. Balance is the lowest quality that I accept. Because sometimes you might find a 5-star player who's got balanced personality, and the beautiful thing about balance is it can be good and bad. So you don't know. It's like rolling the dice. So you got to look at their hidden. They got to look at their media personality, right? The media handling style rather. So if their media handling style is evasive, you got a golden gem on you because it's definitely got a high degree of professionalism. So this is when you play the game without looking at hidden attributes, like which is how I like to play the game. I can't play the game with seasonal allergies, right? I think so too. So because that is just it's like nothing is blocking me breathing in. And normally it's like a bit of blockage. A fickle can have good professionalism, but I don't want to go there. I don't touch fickle. I don't touch fickle with a 10 football. Yeah. I don't. I have too much headache. Eventually, I've got to. They might or they might not have, but I don't want to do it. Yeah. I don't. I'd rather have a clean save where I have no issues with my save. And the thing is, this is a beautiful thing about playing a game the way I play it, right? I mean, the save has got so many players inside there. There's so many leagues that are playable. And look at this, right? This is what I mean by making sure a lot of leagues are playable. Check this out. I got, this is because it's an affiliate, right? So you got Palermo, Manchester City affiliate. That was what we expect, right? But check up here. Belgium, Molenbeek have got 2 players on loan from Crystal Palace. No, 2 players are on loan. One is from Crystal Palace, the other one is from Lyon. You see, if you're going to play in England, for example, and you only loaded the championship, what happens is, in terms of development, that the leagues, right? There are not a lot of leagues that can be used as not only by you, but by the AI for it to send their players out on loan for. Here, Italy, Messina, loan from Gothenburg. Okay. Then we've got Origin Club. Then we got this one. This is Origin Club. Okay, we will put like brackets like this. I know this is an Origin Club. So this one, Hamburg, HJK, now in Finland, right? Sorry, now in Croatia, Gorica. They have a player from Monterrey, Mexico, on loan, right? So next one, England's Hull, this Villa, no big deal. Okay, then Castellon, loan, parent club Valencia. There's a player on loan at Belades, parent club Osasuna. So there are players out on loan in my saves. We got like Portugal. Yeah, this is understandable. We start nobody else. Yeah. So here we got this club is playing the Premiership, right? They've got a player from loan Origin Club, Whitecaps Academy in the USA. So if you don't have like players, right? You don't have the leagues for loans, then are you going to get development from the AI? Exactly. If there are no leagues out there, if you load every league as this is a classic way of playing the game. I see a lot of people playing the game like this. They make every top league playable, and then the ones below them view only. And I'm like going, that's terrible, man. That's the worst way to play, because There are no leagues that are available for loaning your players. I mean, what you're trying to say is the Brazilian clubs now cannot send a player on loan anymore. They have to send him on loan to a club that is playing in the Brazilian league. Of course, there might be a random chance that you might have one view-only player, what view-only leagues doing it, but it's not enough. It's preferable to add leagues. Yeah, you should. And the one thing I never do is the population. There is this thing about. I did it once because I thought that was the way to go, right? Add players. Then I was thinking to myself, hey, but what if I add all these players that don't play in any leagues? Don't I just create a larger population of players that are available? And doesn't that I mean, if it's like this game has got this supply and demand thing going on in terms of players, no? Yeah, so I would just avoid it, like, just do yourself a big favor. Add the feeder leagues, huh? Like, okay, for Germany, you want to add like 2 leagues below them. This is the part where how much can you see, this is the thing, right? Whoever wants to play this game and wants a really fantastic like loan academy save, then you got to load a lot of leagues. Otherwise, you can't run the game. Yeah, you have to add the second division. That's the minimum, no? That's the very core minimum that you can load. England, if you play in England, you better load all the way down. You got to stop somewhere at Conference, League 1 or League 2. Yeah, you got to load all the way down to League 1. At minimum, League 1. And then for Germany, you got to lead all the leagues down. See, if wherever you play, you got to load maximum leagues. But this doesn't guarantee that your clubs are going to send them there. Yeah, like I've got clubs. I've got clubs that are sending their players out to Swedish leagues for their players to be trained in, because I managed to load the feeder leagues there too. But to do that, so you got to have a lot of leagues playable. The problem with this is it becomes an expensive game in the sense that you need a rig that can run all these games. So sometimes when you're playing a game and you don't get enough, like, okay, you send your scouts out. Do you know, I send you've been to my streams, right? I send my scouts out. I don't know what to do with half the players I find. I've got so many players coming in. In fact, this year I reduced the number of leagues and the number of nations compared to last year. Was even easier. Last year when I was playing the game, I had 220,000 players and even more leagues. And I told myself this year, oh no, that was too easy. There are too many players coming. I had no issues finding 5-star players. It was like it was raining 5-star players in my save. So I decided, okay, this year I'm going to make it a bit harder for myself by loading fewer nations and fewer playable leagues. So basically what you end up doing is this, right? If you think about it, you want to make the game harder as in fighting 5-star players? Yeah, load fewer playable leagues, fewer nations. The fewer you load, the harder your save becomes. Yeah, but the transfer market becomes easier because you have fewer bidders for players. See, when you have lots of nations loaded and lots of leagues, right, you create a very active marketplace for a lot of bidders for your players. Highest transfer fee recorded in our save stream, 100 million on average. So yeah, that's how we do it. Anyway, let's go to the tactics. Just talking update for yesterday, right, guys? Yesterday's the research that I'm doing. Of course, I have to keep doing it. I dig through numbers because it's like, how many years, man? Quite a number of years, man. Yeah. And the guys on Discord, you have the save too, right? If you want to look at it. I froze the manager so you don't get fired. Okay. I had to put the freeze on the manager so you don't get fired. Just in case you decide to play. Like I don't want you to get, because I am always very close to getting fired. I'm still waiting to get fired. Because Liverpool got relegated, right? Yeah, what do you think we're doing? We're doing BYT, lah, KP. Matty, how come you got 2 special tactics? Matty Zuck slot attack. Okay, let's look at Matty Zuck's slot attack. Okay, let's go on holiday. I don't know, is the match up or the match is up? Oh yeah, I got this is the one, right? I told you this is what happens when you leave an S-man in charge of trading. Your players are never ready for games. Oh, we are in trouble. This save, I'm gonna get fired though. Yeah. This save, you're gonna get fired, man. We gotta start promoting everybody from a youth team. We cannot handle this already. Yeah, we need the army from the youth team already. We don't have enough players now. Kaidi, is he any decent? Oh, it's so far off. Okay, we're gonna promote him. We'll promote him. We're gonna promote him. J Spearing. Oh man. Okay, that's it. Alright, squad. Oh. Let's see what we got. Alright. Clark, Gordon, Kumas. Yeah, Kumas can be promoted. Oh, cannot. Cannoneer, no. No. ID, no. Econo. Oh, okay. Alright. So these guys cannot go in. Alright. Okay, here we go. McAllister, Alexander, Van Dyke. Ouch. We play him here, then Gomez here, here, Whitich. Not much of a choice, Yeah, we ran out of we got way too many injuries in this. Rather, our players are not fit. We left it to the S-Man. The S-Man just basically couldn't get any of these players ready because his preseason was too light. Yeah. What? Must be yeah. You have one weird tactic. I thought you always have a weird tactic every week. Chelsea just recovered from his despair, so definitely no Potter or Spurs. So have they announced who's gonna be the manager? Or I mean, is it now with beyond a shadow of a doubt that he's gone? What's his name? The Aussie. I can't even remember his name. That's so sad. Ange Postecoglou. I knew I remember his name. Yeah. All right, we're gonna put in Kwanzaa. Okay. I want Ange Postecoglou to stay. I think it's such a grave. Spurs, no, I thought Spurs and United both are vying for the title. It used to be Spurs. First it was Chelsea, right? I think they should keep Ange Postecoglou. I don't think he should go. I think it's been a breath of fresh air for Spurs. If he goes, it'll be really sad, man. I don't think you should. Ange Postecoglou should go. Yeah, that's it. All right, so this is your tactic. Ange Postecoglou. Wow. Matty Zaks. I put in a tactic. I didn't bother doing anything, no. Just put it in. Immediately, 8 minutes in, you score a goal. Let's look for magical PIs. Cross of byline, okay. Cross of byline, so you want them to go all the way. Okay, DM, I love this. I love the DM volante. It's nice. Move into channels, get between players. Roam from position, very nice. Nothing here, very... I'm half expecting some process to crash my system. Here we go. Oh, here we went. Oh, here we're not going. Yeah, all buttons not working. All right, it should be working now. What in the world? Lots of things have got changed. Lots of things are not working, man. Finally. Yes. But it's showing the wrong screen. Oh, that's because I'm here. Okay. For a moment, I was a bit confused. I was like, why is it showing my OBS? Oh, I was using that to communicate with you guys. Yeah, I thought it was the gremlin was still in the system, man. Yeah. I think because sometimes when things like OBS, rather the what's the word for it? Yeah, sometimes when these plugins, too many plugins is not good. I mean, I don't have a lot of plugins, but I'm probably gonna. Yeah, it's the Stream Elements. I'm very certain of it. Most of my other plugins are working. I just checked them out a few days ago. No, it's Stream Elements. The plugin called Stream Elements, yeah. Stream Elements Live, that's been a problem. It's always been a problem for a lot of people. And it's no surprise it was for me. Okay, so looking at this tactic is pretty normal, right? Yeah, it's pretty normal. I like this tactic, it's very simple. So it's got we've got a great goal in the. I mean, let's revisit the goal. There we go. Matip, ball playing defender, pushing out. That's quite an adventurous run. I mean, looking at this, right? I like what happened over here. Who is this? The fullback, right? Okay, Matip has done the run. This is the winger. Winger and him swap positions. He goes wide. He comes inside. Takes over his position. Oh, nice. Like this. Like that movement in your tactic. Very nice. It's always a wire problem. No, it's always your Kimpi Moni. Nah, it wasn't a PC. It was a PC crash lah. But it was a boost screen of the blame Amazon. Mo Salah with the second goal. My goodness. Liverpool are running rampant all over Arsenal in this game with your tactic. We're 10 minutes in. Great start from Liverpool. Mo Salah, boom. Once again, we're changing tactics every single game with you in this BYT. But bring your tactics. Oh, that was wide. Nelson, White. We are playing a. Oh, Jota makes it 3. What a terrible defensive display from the Arsenal. Oh my goodness. The keeper just gave the ball away. Yeah, we were on the verge of being sacked. Huh? Yeah. The bot already gave us a warning already. Yeah. Tell you, if you're playing Football Manager for the first time, do not ever pick a top 3 club. Yeah. A top 2 or a title contender. If you're not in the top 2, any point in the season, you could be out of a job. It's one of the harder. It's second to the relegation bound teams, right? If you take a newly promoted side, it's still quite easy compared to if you take a top 2 side. A lot of people like to come and take their favorite clubs like Man City or Liverpool, and then they struggle. Yeah. I always tell people don't do that. It's much harder than it looks. Mo Salah. Oh, Zinchenko. He turned into Zinchenko. It looks quite good. I'm looking at the press. You see the gaps. It is possible for them to find, but they require long, sharp passes. Easy to say, FM's mid-table teams, no expectations as long as you don't end up in the relegation zone. Correct. Like I always tell people to take like clubs like West Ham, Aston Villa. These are safe clubs. You can't go wrong with any of those clubs. Yeah. And in fact, if you want even Everton are easy. Everton aren't too big of a challenge. So this is using a high line. So yeah, okay. I mean, this is his tactic. I'm not saying it's a recreation. Yeah, they got a point deduction, but it's still, even with a point deduction, they're easy to handle. Yeah, I did it last season, or before in December already. They're clear of relegation. Yeah, it's easy. Everton are an easy team because they're perfectly. The thing about Football Manager is 4-4-2s are one of the best tactics in the game, and then if you take Everton, you're playing a 4-4-2. Yeah, so perfectly set up for 4-4-2. So you won't have problems. Yeah. You definitely won't have problems with Everton. You kind of like more generally, Football Manager, you want to play to the strengths of your team, not to what you read on the forums or the web, or watch one video and somebody told you, hey, this is a meta. Then you're in trouble. Then you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Man. Because if you listen to somebody who said that's the new meta, I'm like, oh god. Of course, people have to sell. I mean, everyone has to sell clicks, eyeballs. Hey, I do it too. You see one clickbait video title, best tactic. Hey, Everton have a great team. Everton have a big, strong, fast team. Why don't you want to take Everton? Everton have got Broadway in defense. He single-handedly one of the best defenders in the game. Then you've got their two strikers, Beto and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Oh my goodness. In one team, you've got two of them. And then you've got wingers left and right. Oh, I guess what else is there to ask for? You got a perfect 4-4-2, man. Yeah. And you got a ball-winning midfielder there. And you got a playmaker. So it's like tailor-made for a 4-4-2. Yeah, and then you can play Everton as a low block, a high block. Yeah. Just enjoy yourself. But don't I mean, to each his own, yeah. Hey, we took a 3-0 lead and we're 3-2. I think I better start getting involved. Okay. I better start getting involved. I don't know whether I can. We were just talking. I was assuming that, won't be much of a problem. Now the only problem is our left flank is tired. Bajetic can't finish the game. Harvey Elliott. We don't have any midfielders thanks to our fantastic what's his face? Our fantastic assistant manager. Can I tell the what is the assistant manager's fault? That's it. We got no more fit players. Yeah. Oh, Budina, I saw you, man. It wasn't internet. What happened again? Oh, it happened again? Yes, I'm checking everywhere right now, man. I played 4-4-2 with two fullbacks on attack. Oh yeah, lost the thingamajig. Hold on, for the chat. Oh. Pause. I'm not looking at the monitor, so better pause it. Remember, we're about to get fired. All right. There we go. So, I play a 4-4-2 with two fullback attack, two central defensive midfielders on support, roaming playmaker, two defensive wingers support, and up from project. Wow, that's a rugged 4-4-2. Rugged. See, I think is that here we go again. You can play a 4-4-2 in so many ways, right? That's a beautiful thing about this game. I mean, this compares to the time when I was it FM17, is it? FM17 or was it FM18? I think it was FM17. Where nobody could get a 4-4-2 to work. No? I mean, it's like you're getting a 4-4-2 to work, and I mean, you could, but it was never ideal. Yeah, it wasn't good enough. And then the closing down wasn't good enough, and in the end, people just gave up. And the SI, I think, improved it, but it took them, I think, 2 iterations of the game before it became playable. Then it started, the 4-4-2 became really good in FM 21, 22, and 23. Yeah. Yeah, if we get into trouble, it's like I said, Kimpy, if whenever we crash, it's always because of you. Last time we crashed, so I loaded one of your tactics. So. Yeah, so first, your tactic we have to download by itself. Cannot allow it to come in with a group other tactics, just in case. Where is this? Here. BYT, BYT, where are you? Zany, your tactic. Okay. Wow, 5221. Just have to give me a 5221. Once again, hey, I'm KP. How are you, man? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. All right, here we go. Salah is a deep line forward. This will be new. Okay. We can give Cody Gakpo a break and play Harvey Elliott. Then McAllister to go for, I don't know who they want to play. Luis Diaz. Okay. Costa, Simicas. Okay, that's it, man. We have to force a rest. Yeah. Defense, we got Konate, Matip, and Van Dijk. Well, I think that could work. Put Konate in the middle. All right, looking at a tactic, we've got a high block, easy press. That's always good because you got double DMs, right? You don't want to be maximum counter pressing. I mean, rather maximum trigger press. They tend to get out of position. Underlap, widest. Widest player holds out the ball looking for inside runs. There's one definitely from here. Tackle other, mark tighter, tackle other, mark tighter. Okay, I get what you're trying to do. Wow, guy inside of the ball, following the mentality of the team attacking. Okay, that's what Otto does. Otto just, you change mentality, this guy's initial positioning is affected. Alright, let's go. Man, if you don't beat Luton, it will definitely get fired. The pressure is all on Zany, man. Spurs fan, are you here? I think he is. Here we go. Liverpool at home to Luton. Liverpool with the throw-in. Connor Bradley does a spin, man. This is your tactic. I suspect it is. I mean, after all this time, I still don't know. Oi, Matip. Oh, waiting to give me problems, no. Curtis Jones. Elliot. Too slow to read that. Oh, Virgil will read that. Oh, nicely done. Endo out to Curtis Jones to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz playing like a playmaker. Elliott again. Nice pass to Mo Salah. Mo Salah, did he stay on side? It looked like, I think he did. I'm not sure. Oh, no, he definitely didn't. So, it wasn't even tight, man. Yeah, it is tight. He's miles offside. Miles offside. Wasn't even tight. Oh, miles off, man. So what do you do when a player is offside like that? I think just that's not. I mean, that's usually down to the player, his attributes. But DLF on support. Okay, let's look at Mo Salah. See whether there's anything special about him. Yeah, he's developing well. Anticipation, places likes to beat offside trap. Yeah. It's like AF. He can play attack duties. Always looking to run the traps. It is not possible to get transition 4-2-3-1 to 3-0-7. Impossible. Yeah, nobody in midfield and 7 in attack. It won't happen. Usually you need at least one. Yeah, one there. 3-1-6, yes. 3-0-7. No way. Maybe you're asking them to go boom straight away to attack. Won't happen. 3-1-6, yes, possible. We do that quite a lot on the stream. 3-1-6, but 3-0-7 cannot be done, no matter how hard you try. Interesting tactic. Connor Brad, these are the kinds of tactics where the wingbacks get into these goal scoring positions a lot. So you have wingbacks who have got fantastic long range shooting, right? This is going to be a tactic for them. Do you think Liverpool will call it quits on getting Nunes? I think so too. I think given up already. Just like Mr. Ruben Amorim is given up on Anthony, right? You heard the news? Anthony is no longer on the team sheet. He hasn't been on the team sheet for a while, Anthony. So I think they're going to take the 80 million that they put into his transfer fee and they're going to, chalk it off to a bad investment. Yeah. So I think David Nunes might be the same. But I think eventually they're just going to go... we love his heart, we love his work rate, but the harder he tries right now, I think sometimes it's better to move a player on than to keep forcing him into a situation where he's just feeling the pressure now. Because you can see how he cuts a frustrated figure now. So obviously it's affecting his game, so it's not going to help him anymore. So I think it's time, they might for the... for the good of his own career, he has to move. Liverpool will probably make that decision soon. Though he does give Liverpool options on the flanks, but they already got Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo now is going to struggle to start games because Luis Diaz is playing on the left, right? So the thing is, what Arne Slot does, he does something that a few managers tend to do, like Fulham's. What a goal, man, for Costa Tsimikas. Holy guacamole. Oh, that was a hell of a shot. Hell of a shot, man. Look at the guy. He came from nowhere. This guy turned and boom. Because right now, what Arne Slot does is he rotates, right, the striker. Sometimes he plays Luis Diaz on the flanks, sometimes he plays in the center. Cody Gakpo, same thing. David Nunes, same thing. Okay. And quite a few managers do that. A Fulham's manager also does that a fair bit. So it keeps the opponents guessing as to where what kind of style they're going to play on the day. So I think that David Nunes' biggest problem is that within that group of players, right? What we have in Nunes is probably the worst creator and the worst goal scorer. Whereas he's great at linking up play with others, but he can do that. That's why he's strong. He links up play very well. But he doesn't have the guile of Luis Diaz or what's his face, Jota. So yeah, I don't think he's going to be there long. Salah's future, apparently, the word has it that he has agreed a 1-year deal with the club, and it's a substantial. I mean, that's what I think, I think so. I mean, also everybody, it's just conjecture at the moment. Nobody knows for sure. I suspect Salah might stay. Jota's problem, yeah, you're right, no, Spencer. He's injury prone. He's extremely injury prone. He collects injuries, which is quite. I don't know, disappointing for. I mean, I'm sure nobody likes to be the one that picks out a lot of injuries, right? But he is. Luton changed their formation. They went 5-2-3. Now they've gone into a 3-4-1-2. Very nice tactic. Very, very nice. I wouldn't change this tactic. There's nothing you need to do. It's like you're using wing backs. I mean, the only thing about this tactic is that, if you do this, the good thing about a tactic like this is when you have auto, right? Those guys don't run up the pitch anymore. Yeah. Chiesa is going as well. Chiesa is picked up another injury in training. I think he's not going to be going anywhere. He's not going to be playing as well. It's hard for you to fit into a manager's plans if you spend most of your time making dates with the nurses and the physiotherapists. So eventually, they got to move on. They got to look for another partner. They can't keep waiting for you forever. The board which hold a meeting. What? Attend meeting. I mean, now first they want to fire me because of For first, they want to fire me because of the results. Now they're going to fire me because I got troublemakers. Yeah, Liverpool have to fire the cute doctors. Exactly. All right, Kimpy, your tactic. I thought you did the Wukong tactic already. Not every tactic inspired by Wukong. Downloads. Okay, let's go inside. Yeah. See, he really needs this one to save Spurs. No, this one is keeping Moni's tactics. No. So far, he's been doing quite well his tactics, but when he said I've got a weird one coming for you, I got worried. Every time he says weird, I get like, oh no, this one of those kind of tactics again. Yeah, I think he hasn't tried out the tactic in his safe. I was worried for a moment there, but it seems okay. DM, I like DMs. Volantes, fine. No instructions. Winger, tacklada, winger. Okay, this is incredibly safe. This is like defensive to the team, man. Oh my god, he's playing a low block. This is not a low block. This, I don't want to play football tomorrow, man. Why do this when you are playing with a much lower defensive line and drop off more? This and this and this is like it's like, okay, I want to have a really light, okay, I can't even explain this, man. This is like three things that don't seem to work together. No? One of these things is not like the other, which this shouldn't be here. Then you end up pressing and opening up. You drop all the way deep. You keep dropping, and then as you're dropping, you want every player enters. Anytime an opposition player enters, one small mistake, they all start running out. I'm like, why? I think that's definitely not something you want to see. I mean, this is going to be interesting. We're playing AEK in the Europa. Okay, we play Conor Bradley. Bayetic for Endo. Okay, that should be fine. I think the players, Konate will play Joe Gomez. Okay, all right, let's go. Another board meeting coming, man. Yeah, I agree. I suspect. I tell you, if we lose to AEK Athens, there's no turning from this. KP, you'll be known as the one that got us fired. Okay. We will be fired, man. Okay, so close. Some of the worst part is I cannot do anything for the first 45 minutes. You gotta watch the tactic. Hey, hello. Let's go extend our highlights. Nothing is happening, man. Which is kind of good for low block tactics. Low block tactics, you ideally want to have nothing happening. The only thing, if anything happens, is you with the ball. Oh, that's dead. It's so fine. That is nice. See what I mean? We made our mistake. Go and get the ball quickly. Okay, I mean, in this case, they don't have the acceleration to get past our lines. There we go. Counter press. Wow. And a goal even. Die 300 times for Erlang kind of Wukong. I don't know, man. I think today we're going to have a massive challenge. I mean, I'm going to have a massive challenge. First, we got to figure out. I think I figured it out. Stream elements was that thing that caused us to crash just now. What's your go-to PS when using defensive wingers? Defensive wingers, go-to, depends on what I want to do with those defensive wingers. Defensive wingers are the most aggressive wingers and probably one of the best wingers in the game, right? If you want to have that kind of low block system or even a mid block system, defensive wingers can be very, very good because they will work the length of the pitch. Now, if I want my defensive wingers to not only be defensively solid, but I want them to take part in every single attack. That means I'm basically getting Superman to be running up and down for 90 minutes. First, they have to have the necessary attributes, right? Stamina, work rate, aggression, that kind of thing. So you put all those things there. If he has all of those, then cross on byline, get further forward. I add those two. Then I get a really like a crazy hard case running up and down the pitch, trying to win everything, which is really cool. And then sometimes when I'm playing like a low block and I go like, I don't really need him to get down to the flanks to pick up, especially when I have this kind of offset tactics where I got a defensive winger. On the other side, I've got a winger. On the other, if it's like a 4-4-2, I have a winger, right? Then I will like, okay, fine, this whole lot will just form a wall. But on the other side, on the other flank, I have a winger. Then yeah, that's different. Then I'll just have a defensive winger with no PIs. That's how I do it, Catanasio. Good thing your tactic versus a small team. Anyone other than a super player will collapse after time, correct? I mean, let's just be realistic. How many of you actually don't use super players in the game? It's like everybody goes out. My fullback has got jumping range of 12, acceleration of 14, aggression of 12, anticipation of 12. It's like the minimum it's like the minimum qualifications to play for your team. I mean, I think quite a number of people are doing that. I mean, of course, then you got those who have found the game so easy now that they decided, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. Now I only want players that come through my academy. Yeah. Or then you don't look at attributes anymore and you go like, okay, fine, I just want to, we don't want to look at attributes anymore, right? We just look at stats. Then, oh yeah, we look at what tackles made, interceptions made. It's the same thing. How much coverage he did on the pitch, right? In yards he's run. I mean, yeah, you're getting the result of what his attributes are. So what's the difference? To me, there's no difference, but yeah. So in ultimate game, you're gonna play, if it's no attribute save, right? I mean, I'm not criticizing those. Well, I've done a no attribute save. I reached a point where I say, not for me, because I don't get a chance to enjoy the growth of my youngsters. I've stopped that already, right? So I use a money ball save instead. But I money ball save with attributes. Because then it's a case of I have 3 players that are really good. So who do I sign? I sign the guy who's best bang for buck, lowest wages, lowest transfer fee, but best performances. Yeah. And so far, that for me is a great way of playing. It's a best of both worlds for me. Then if I want to know whether so sometimes you get aggression at 12, right? And then you discover, why is his defensive score so low? Like, I don't see him doing so many tackles or winning stuff. Then you look at the data, it comes back, yeah, he compared to the rest of the players, it's not a 2 or 1.4 like the numbers are showing. But it's like a 0.3 or 0.2. Then you go like, but then again, then when you go into when you see his attributes, it says technique 7, bravery 8. No wonder he doesn't tag. He's just an angry person. He just doesn't know how to take it out of people. I love it, man. Yeah, the problem in this game is, you want to play well, it's all attributes. That's the thing. So it's funny, so it's okay. I just enjoy the moment now. I play with a mid block with defensive winger. I don't have PIs, only have PIs, only have dribble more and more. That's okay. That's okay. What you've got is an advanced forward who you have told go forth and conquer. Hey, we haven't started anything. I'm not looking at the tactic yet. So AEK has already scored 1 goal. So I think now I panic. At first I thought nothing's gonna happen. Winger, PF, CF, forget the CF, go advance forward. You're already playing a mid block. You're playing a much lower defensive line. And a high press and drop all this. I mean, we can do, I tell you what we'll do. We'll just tell this guy to be a pressing for attack. Pressing for defense. Now you come back and help the team. You advance forward. Now go forth. Okay. Here, defensive winger here. Alright, here we'll go wing on attack. Then this player will be fine the way he is. Alright. Okay, cautious, much play for set pieces, then the time wasting might as well go all the way. Wait, what is this halfway thing? You know, commit time wasting. Don't be a guys, if you feel like time wasting, waste some time. Alright. No, you want the time waste. When you go on the pitch, waste as much time as possible. This is what I call doing it with some action. First time using this, I got bored of this. Yeah, I wanted more of them goals, assists, and offer more for price. So far, it's working a treat. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that sounds like. I think that you could get them to play really well, no, if you set it up nicely. Yeah. Got to. One of these days, I'm gonna have to somehow or another tweak this so that. Kind of forgotten how I got this wraparound chat to work. What did I write to make it work the first time? Oh, you're working a treat. Now I can't see the word treat. Now I'll figure it out later. Anyway, I'm going to change the tactic. Counter, press. Okay, I'll tell you what we won't do. We won't counter press. We won't do. Okay, but what we'll do is you'll set. These guys will help. Okay, much higher defensive or high press. Mid. Drop off more. Okay, cautious. Play for set pieces. Higher tempo. All right, hit the early cross so we get the ball off. Okay. All right, let's go. And then one of you just be useful, can or not? Yeah. NCD. If the Liverpool players don't retaliate after this, be surprised. Okay, then we will take this guy, put Salah here, Jota there. Defensive winger and pressing forward on support a great combo. Yeah. Defensive wingers and pressing forwards are good combos. Yeah. If they're working on the same flank, they're very, very fun to play. Yay. Okay. Go away. Connor Bradley. Crossing the ball. Cody Webber can't get there. Oh, go back. Oh my God. '54th minute. Have to be a forward. Have to be one of these tactics. Anyway, no, I know this is gonna be a problem. Yeah, because this I'm trying to drop off more. All right. Much lower defensive line. Why inside the half? Go lower. Like you only start pressing. You only start defending inside your penalty area. That's too low, lah. If you want, you can do like a Catanaccio. You know, like I'll show you what I mean. Okay, right? This is preset, right? So you come inside here, go to Catanaccio. Okay, this is a Catanaccio preset. Alright, Catanaccio. Just do a Catanaccio, lower defensive line. That's it. Counter, regroup. Don't go and do the whole I want to drop off more. You don't need to do drop off. Okay. Then you can raise the tempo a bit more. Use the flanks. Okay. So don't need to slow plays down. Okay. Basically, Catanaccio. Yeah. That's what you're trying to do, right? Yeah. So go and use the Catanaccio preset. Just make a few changes with Catanaccio. You'll be fine. You can use Catanaccio, no, in this game. It's just like playing really deep, not giving up too much space. Yeah. There's no high press and much lower defensive line. No. It doesn't work. It just does not work. Just don't try it, Gimpy. Yeah. Because what you're going to end up doing is you end up creating so many gaps that the team just has to walk through your team. No? Because your defenders, your strikers go and press, then your midfielders go and press, and your defenders are running away. Let's go back. Oh no, everyone has gone to step up, and you're stepping up more. And you're dropping off. You're telling your defensive line to drop back, and then you're telling them to trigger the press. Whenever a player turns his back, okay, now change your mind, go after him. No, don't do that. It's just too much confusion in your team. Your instructions are going to create a lot of confusion in the way it's pressing. Yeah, the logic won't work. Yeah, high press and much lower defensive line is not a defensive combination. So I'm trying to save us from getting fired. Yeah, don't do that. It won't work. You want to do what you want to do is different. No? Okay, you want them to press, use the roles. Pressing forward will press. So if you want them to press, use this combination, pressing forward and attack, press. They will press. Alternatively, ask them to hard tackle. Or you use a PI and Y to press. But don't tell them to do what you did just now, right? Go and trigger press. Because what trigger press does is, the moment the player enters your zone, he makes a mistake, you go for him. Which is what we don't want. We want you to hold your position. First rule of defensive football, right, is you hold your position, you don't commit. That means you don't chase after a player. You don't chase after a player. You let the player come to you, let him try and break through your defense without you moving around. See, what you've done is you've encouraged players to move up, thereby creating space. Which is what a lot of teams like Man City want teams to do, which is why Man City play out from defense. Man City play out from defense because they want defensive teams to chase after them and try and get the ball off them. The moment they trigger the press, space opens up. Liverpool, when they play a mid-block, right? Players like Mo Salah, Diego Jota, if you pay a lot of attention to how Liverpool are sometimes playing, sometimes they go to the good mid-block. When they are mid-blocking really well, you know that they are just trying to close out space. They don't press, no? They don't chase after defenders. You are telling your team every time an opposition player makes a mistake, go after him. This is basically it when you do this. So you should be playing, if you want to play that, I want to make it harder for them to bring this down. But what you can do is you can choose roles like this. So when those players come, they have these individual roles have a higher closing down threshold than the other team members. So his trigger presses more often, right? But the team is playing less often. See, that role on its own is playing differently than the rest of the team, right? So like this winger, his trigger is balanced. So we are telling him, yeah, you just run. But we are protecting this side. This guy is here. He'll help protect us because he's balanced as well. So while this guy is gone attacking with these two, all right, these guys are still holding, creating a balanced defense, so to speak. Yeah. So this trigger press, using a team instruction, right, affects everybody in your team. Thereby it opens up space, guaranteed to. So don't have to. Yeah, it's just I hate to say it, it's just a cop out. If you use that to set up your defense, then you're using the easy way out. You just use the right roles, you'll be fine. Yeah. You don't need to go and use that instruction. That instruction, you need to katanasu your defensive football. That's different. Okay, have we got fired yet? We ain't seeing the we ain't getting fired today, man. Okay, so let's go to public. Okay, what have we got? We've got a few tactics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 5. What is this? 7:33. Oh, there it is. Yeah, correct. The team like Atalanta, like the way Atalanta play, like there are some teams, right, where the front guys harry teams. Like just the strikers only. They harry while because they buy time for the rest of the team to get back into a defensive shape. So they are putting pressure, but the rest of the team is dropping back. Now, when you do that, that's like drop off more, right? But you chose roles in front that do the press, so that's what you want to do. Because by like that, you get individual roles that are doing a lot of work, which is ideally the way you want to set a defensive style of football. That's how you do it. Okay, so we got a couple of tactics from the community. Let's take a look at them. Maybe pick one to play with. If you got channel points, right, on Twitch, right, you can use those to trigger. All right, so we've got OM 42312. What's this? Another 4231 DM, DLP, fullback attack. Don't see anything wrong with this tactic. Maybe here there might be an issue because it's very aggressive down this flank. Taking few risks is fine. Shadow striker, poacher, DLP holds position. This guy goes around. Actually, yeah, you do a focus play here. Okay. If you do a focus play, then more of your attacks are gonna be on this side of the pitch, right? So if you do that, what's gonna happen is you get natural focus, and these guys can be goal scoring threats. It definitely work, yeah. I don't have to change so many things, but just do a focus play here, it'll be fine. I won't change this tactic. I mean, I'm looking. Yeah, these PIs are fine, yeah. Yeah, leave it. Yeah, it's good enough. I don't know. It's good tactic. This is a good tactic. It's very similar to the ones I made. Very, very similar. It's up to you. It's up to you. You want to use your channel points. This is a good tactic. Don't have to change. Yeah, don't have to change. It's a very nice tactic. It's very common. It's like the other 4-2-3-1 tactics that we have. So which tactic do you want to use it for? Patila is 1925. Got attack. This is very risky here, this tactic, because you got nobody here that will help you defend. Right. So these roles don't really defend, right? These two, I'm gonna get a sec. Okay. Libero pushing forward, and both on support. So you basically got no one anchoring here as well in the DM tier. So basically in the center, if you lose the ball during transition, it's good luck to you. Its tactic is dangerous. You might be doing. I mean, I never say double liberos don't work. Double liberos work on Football Manager, but like in all tactics, right? You gotta have balance in your tactics. So if you don't have balance, and one cannot say, "Oh, you don't have the players for it" or whatever. We can't have that discussion till the cows come home. Okay, it's not often just because of the players. You need the positions in the game to be covered as well. So you need those positions to be protected. I'm going to play Curtis Jones here. Cody Gakpo here. We need high aggression. Yeah. This guy? Okay. And then by Teach. No, Gomez. Okay. I think we can try with this. Let's see how this tactic plays out. I think I've seen double libero and I've seen triple libero systems that can actually work in the game of Football Manager. Okay, okay, let's see. Can tweak this as I go. Yeah. You know what I will do with your tactic? I'll show you. Actually, I'm going to tweak it straight away. Libero defend. That's it. That's the only change I made first. Not support. Because you got attack duty already in front, right? Opening goal. And before my changes even came, I told you the center is porous in your tactic. Yeah. Center is extremely porous. Because what will happen is that when you build up play, right? There's nobody here. You see that? So these two are your CM on attack. Already got their. When you choose the attack duty, you're basically telling your boys, okay, you know what? Focus on the attacking phase of the game. Alright. So these guys are focusing on the attacking phase of the game. And then you got these guys who are in this position, which is the position they're supposed to be in. Liberos are not going to be here. They're going to be here doing the defensive transition. So basically, all the players are being aligned. So who's here to help you press these guys? This zone, round routers. Round routers are permanently on holiday. So round routers don't want to defend. They are like the superstars, you know. They are the Beyoncés of the team. Right, they're just going to show up for the concert, man. They're not going to help you set up the lights, do the hard work, clean up the stage. Oh, they're just going to perform. So they expect other people to come in here and do the defensive work. No one is going to do that for you. So you might see some attacking transitions where you're looking very good, so you have to outscore the teams all the time. So you whenever you have the ball, you have to score. Because you cannot rely on the defensive transitions. Just like my one defender system, right? It just scores, can't defend. Because I defend by putting pressure on the back line. Yeah, the Ramdaughter is the Beyonce of the team. I know. Yeah.
Turn on the mic, you're muted.
Sorry. I've used a
Turn on the mic, you're muted.
I've used liberos before, right? But I didn't use inverted fullbacks. I used the fullbacks on attack. And I will change your role. Okay, we want to win this game. Okay, let's just do it. We do winger on attack. Winger on attack. Okay, and then we will take this guy fullback on support, In fact, fullback on support, right? And then what we'll do is we'll get the center. We'll run through the center as well. Guy inside. Narrow guy inside. Okay. Alright, so this guy's gonna come in here while these guys will come in the anchor this side. Then no, these guys will be wingers on support. We try and do the whole drive from the center. And push it up a bit more. Run a defense. Yeah, I will do this. We use the 50-50. And then we'll go up here and then prevention goalkeeper distribution might as well 1, 2, 3, 4. Just go out there. No, we can't even do that because we don't have the players for it. In white crosses, so you come back in our defense. Alright, let's go. Let's see what we can do. We want to win this game. Yeah. We have to win this game. We want the AI to win this game. Can you make a tactic using a round out? Of course you can, but you can make any tactic with any role. The question is whether it's going to be a good tactic or not. Yeah, it's not going to be a great tactic. Round outers are just... A round outer is just... Look, I'm not going to make anything for Beyonce. She ain't... Like... They don't defend. You mean that flag won't defend? No. So every time you put a round outer based tactic, we create a round outer based tactic. You got to think, okay, who's going to do the defending for the round outer? Then one of your roles, right, instead of attack, right, it's like round outer takes away one extra attacking element in your tactic. You can't get 6 in a row, for example. So a round out, so you got to do all kinds of funky things like, okay, I'm going to do an like, for example, right, if you do a 4-2-3-1, you can put a round router there. Remember the earlier tactic we had with the winger on attack? And then we did the overload on one side with the defensive winger. And on the other side with the winger on attack. That tactic you can put a round router. You can. So if you do like an overload on one side, then your round router becomes your main goal scoring option only. a round daughter and a poacher, right? So then you can, yeah. So you can set it up like that. So like in this particular case here, probably if I were to do it here, I would have to sacrifice maybe, you know, we need these guys to come back because you got nobody in the center. So we got these guys going to the center. So essentially what's happened, these guys come up, these guys come up. These guys also are looking inside as well because that's where we don't have the players. But if I wanted to do Ramdaughter, for example, I move this guy here. Okay. Alright, I'll play this guy as a ball playing defender. Okay, this is Ramdaughter. I can do something like this. This can be a simple Ramdaughter tactic. Okay, then this guy can be a, I don't know, box to box. Zala. This guy will come around. No, this one is too risky. Ball winning midfield on support. Okay, I can work. And this guy becomes around Ramdaughter. So that's a poacher. So a fullback on attack. Ball playing defender. Ball playing defender. Wingback on support. Since this guy is not going to do anything for us, then this guy is going to come up. This guy won't be cutting, so it will give us width. Okay, maybe something like that also is possible. Advanced playmaker also possible. Okay, we do advanced playmaker on support. Then we do an underlap here. And then we add the underlap here with a focus play. We don't have an underlap here. We need this flank to attack. The moment we put underlap here, good luck to this flank. This flank is not going to attack. This guy is pinching that defense. Okay, DM Konate. Endo come here. Fullback goes this way. This guy is going to be not cutting inside any. Stay wider around my way ball. So we need to go around. So now this is a playmaker draw. So it works with this box-to-box midfielder. In fact, what we can do is we do a Mazala. Then these two will work together. Yeah. So we are basically just making a tactic with him. Actually, what we'll do is we'll turn this guy into AP on support. Sorry. Mazala on support. Mazala on support. Then this guy becomes a fullback on attack. And then this guy becomes a wingback on support, and this guy becomes a Ramdaughter. Okay. Then we get a ball winning midfield on support. A poacher DMD. Okay, then we do the focus and the underlap here. Alright. Then counter, yeah, might as well. Okay, and then invite cross, and then we do this pretty much with the distribution. Yeah, this can be a Ramdaughter based tactic. Yeah. So this is like Ramdaughter. And then you go, okay, fine. This guy is trying to win the ball. This guy's going to work with this guy. These players are going to work together. So now we just have to pass it. Okay. And then and this guy is going to be the whatever you want to go. So just do a mid block. Now we'll try and see whether we can do a mid block. What do you get? Oh, okay, fine. Let's see again. So we just, but the problem with these Ramdaughter based tactics is this, right? This is the inherent problem with Ramdaughter tactics. You're putting all your eggs in one area of the pitch. One area of the pitch. If it doesn't happen, too bad for you, that kind of thing. Yeah. And like you're gonna be making tactics like 4-2-3-1 that are lopsided on one side for the Ramdaughter to go and score, which I think is just a complete waste of time. Yeah, I don't think we should do. I feel that that's like pretty I don't know. I just find that it's not ideal. Yeah, it's not ideal. Because why limit yourself to like one kind of an attacking transition when you can have 3 or 4 in a game? This is like one. If it doesn't work, they got a great defender there, or your player's an off day, you got no plan B, man. So Ramdaughter based tactics only got plan A. Only plan A. That's it. The other way you can do is both round outers, right? So if I wanted to do both round outers, it'll be different. A double round outer system would mean that I have to draw everybody to the center. Instead of like what you did, I go double round outers. Then I will do something like a deep line for on support, mass, and then we'll do like a deep line playmaker. Mass, no mass. We go box to box. Yeah, how do I get them to come to the center? Ball winning midfielder. Mass. Oh, then they'll be in a half space too close to the guy. Ball winning midfielder is fine, and then we'll do like a box to box midfielder round outer. Now I want them all to come into the middle. Okay, all right. So we go full back, attack. Now instead of going wide, you go inside. Okay. Now I'm gonna draw everybody to the middle. I want everyone to come here. So we get to these guys free. Okay. Alright, so we want all the play to be 50-50. And then we hit the early cross and pass into space. Okay. Alright. Okay, so now we got Nunez coming. Now we got double round outers, right? Okay. Hold up ball. Oh, so what I'm doing is I'm playing everybody in the middle. Round outer is not special. Round outer makes it very well. You got to think of round outers make your tactic very like there's only one style to your tactic. So you cannot have like, oh, I'm gonna have like one kind of play on one side and another different kind of play on one side. No, you're forced into thinking, how am I making all that space for the round outers? So right now, what I want to do, what I'm doing right now is I'm playing this kind of games where the formation is extremely narrow, right? Intentionally, you know. I will stay wide. Yeah, we're gonna push super narrow. I'm hoping the round outers get space now. Like I want all the football to be played in the center now. So hopefully they get drawn there. No, I don't want to see any round outer tactics unless you show me a link with you using the round outer tactic and results. I wanna see that first. Because I am dead set against round outers. Yeah, I don't like round outer tactics. They're very inefficient. You are forced into a situation where why create a subpar system then? Round outers are subpar. It's on my list of roles, right? That I don't want to touch with the 10-foot pole round outers then. Because it just kills a tactic. It kills this tactical system because you gotta think of like, oh, I got to bring all. I can't even attack through the middle anymore. Like, okay, so I gotta go. Okay, one fella. Got round outer, didn't take a shot. Yeah, I don't know. In fact, if you need everyone to work hard, round outers. You play lower league teams, don't use round outers. You suffer. Lower league, use the best tactic. 4-4-2. 4-4-2, 4-2-4 are the best systems. I find the lower league teams, right? And it's so easy to find players for that. Yeah, those are all the Beyoncés all working together. Inverted wingback. That's a team of what's the word for it? What's the word? Prima donnas. Got prima donnas in that tactic. F9 enganche round. We should make a tactic just like that. Inverted wingbacks, liberos, roaming playmakers, round. Nobody wants to work for the team. A trequartista. You forgot the trequartista. Yeah. Hey, F9 can still close down, F9 can still close down. No. It's trequartista. The roles that cannot close down is F9 can close down more. Roaming playmaker also close down more. You can't use roaming playmaker. Roaming playmaker is a phenomenal role. How is he he's not Beyonce. The Beyoncés are liberos, trequartistas, and round outers. These are only 3 Beyoncés in the whole team. Whole of Football Manager. And inverted wingback is not really Beyonce. They do work. They do try and close down a lot, but they just run flat. Yeah. So basically, it's EQ, A Regista is TQ, Regista, and Ramblata. They're the Beyonce's. Because you do notice one thing, play a Regista, right? You have to have a partner. You have to have a partner. You cannot play a Regista by yourself. If you don't believe what I'm saying, right? Go and use my Joey Ghost Smash tactic and change the roaming playmaker to Regista and see how quickly you collapse. The original Regista was, I think I played in a 4132. Yeah. The Diamond and the 4132 were the origins of the for the Raumdauter, only one. There's only one Raumdauter in real life, right? And even his team has stopped playing with Raumdauters. And it was only during the tenure of one manager. Oh, that's it, man. We got fired. Refused to attend. Just got fired. Okay. There's no point. We got fired. I know we're gonna get fired. So what's the point? Start a new game. Korea. We have to pick a new team. We're not going to Singapore. We're going to go to Italy. Don't want to Italy. Don't want to go Italy. Europe. Go to Spain. I haven't been to Spain in ages. Okay, Spain. Let me pick. Hey, we pick Real Madrid. I never played Real Madrid. I've never ever played Real Madrid. Sure, get fired again. They'll be fired. The fastest firing ever. Muller, yeah. He's the only one. Let's just drop everything. And so we only got one team. This will make the save very, very fast. Getting fired to help chat, with Thomas Muller was a Raumdauter, yeah. But only for one manager. One team, one manager, he plays Raumdauter. After that, no man. The next manager took over. The next manager, I want him to run around the pitch and close down. Yeah. So it's not. I really wasn't very happy when SI introduced a Raumdauter. No, I'm like, what? Just because one player you don't introduce a role? Damn it! It's like, man, all it takes is one fella in the world to do it. Oh, that's too much. Yeah, I was like, why overkill? I never liked it. I never liked the role. I mean, if you want to see like a lot of teams, it's not. You see, it was the first time I ever saw player becoming a role, not a role, not a position on the pitch that managers were using in a creative way. Like inverted wingbacks, I know the false fullback has been around for a long time. Even before Pep Guardiola, there was a false. There were teams and managers that used the false fullback. He's not the first. He's not the inventor of the inverted wingback. Yeah, let's go. Enough. What must I go for this? Okay, done. Happy. Going right, wait for this stack. Wait, enough is enough lah. Okay, done. Finish. Forgot. There's a way to skip all this. Set pieces. We leave it to the S-man to do everything. We're not getting involved. We get fired. Hey, once again, S-man doing training. We only do it one way. S-man does all the training, and then we get fired. That was exactly what happened with Liverpool. We let the S-man do all the training, got fired. It's good, you know, you have the S-man to blame for all things in this game. To cover up your tactical fubas, we got the S-man to blame. Pedro is a Regista, but yeah, that's fine. I mean, like, that was for many years, right? And then Trequartista, I agree, it happened as well. We had a lot of Trequartistas in Italy at one point. What's his name? Not Del Piero. Roberto. Was it Del Piero or Roberto Baggio? One of them. No, that was a Roma player. Totti. Francesco Totti. Played as a Trequartista as well. The Trequartista are quite common, no? Italy at one point. But the Segundo Volante is a 100% existing role. We've been there for many, many years. Right? That was without a shadow of a doubt. Oh, bloody Ramdaughter. That was the one that caught me laughing. Like, Ramdaughter. Come on. Hey, Midoriya, your tactic. Come, let's go have a play time. Play time with the tactic. First team. Hey, we're not playing friendlies. We're not interested. Okay, look at this. This is the reason why I say I do not. Okay, do not ever let Aspen anywhere near trading. You think your team is going to be ready? Ain't going to be ready, man. So, because schedule, we leave it to the Aspen, because we want to prove this point. We keep proving it all the time, 12 August. I do it every year, and every year this game does never surprises me. Okay, let's go. Man, Italy is one of the best places to manage. I love Italy. Italy. Okay, my favorites are Germany and Italy. Italy because of the tactics. It's so fantastic playing in Italy. You know why? Because in Italy, right, all the tactical systems are unique. You got defensive systems there. You got like battery systems. Portugal I like also because it was the place where I've met a tactical system that I went on to hate for many years. Because when I first saw the tactic, right, I was like, I'm going to beat this. They're not coming out to attack. They're very defensive. I was so cocky. I went all out attacking. Boom! I was down by 2 or 3 goals before halftime. I was like, oh my god, what tactical system is this, man? The more I attack it, the worse it becomes. For us, it was the Portuguesa. And now I gave it a name, right? I gave it a name after I started calling it Portuguesa. Portuguesa meaning I only find it in Portugal. The 4-3-3. The 4 with the 2 DM and the central midfielder. The 2 wingers. They've got literally a pyramid defense. It's a pyramid defense. That is the worst of the... In fact, it took me 1 season to figure out how to beat it, which is basically let them attack you. That's when you play mid-block against it, the tactic is done. Because it lives to soak up and hit you on the counter. Alright, we're just gonna use the S-Man. I don't know, we just leave it to the S-Man, okay? Alright, we don't know what's gonna happen. So looking at tactic, wing back, attack, no PIs, DM, take few risks, okay. Alright, I mean, yeah, this is Barcelona, so the thing about Football Manager and backfire systems is this, okay? Their wingbacks are not attacking enough, which is why a lot of most people who play backfire systems end up cursing the match engine. Yeah, so you might have issues, and it's not because of you and your lack of knowledge of the game or whatever you might think it is. It's not that. It's just the game. It's the way it treats the backfire system. So I wouldn't get too upset. But I don't want to play backfire systems. I do once in a while, but I won't play it every time. I play a 5-2. The only backfire system I use is this 5-2-1. This I can guarantee you will win a lot of games, but you won't smash them. You won't smash them with a high XG. That's all. So you got Real Madrid defending now, FYI. Hey, we might get fired as well, very quickly. So looking at the setup, right? You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see the thing. This is the problem with these backfire systems, right? We don't want him here. We want him here. We want him here. We want him here. We want him here. Which is why now the better way of playing the backfire system is using your back 4. And then you deploy like a libero setup. Then you get your 3 at the back, and then your fullbacks become the attackers. So they push up high. So you get a 3 and you get the 2. Whereas in this one, he's up here, you have to look at the interception, and he has to run. And this guy is still here. Which is why Back 5 systems are fun to play. See, in the back 5 system, he should already be in the box waiting for the, for him to cross the ball so he can be a goal scoring threat. See, he's way outside. And then when people say, okay, how do I fix this? You can't fix it. It's the match engine. Yeah. It's not something you can fix. It's something that SI have to code. Play differently, which is I think their goal for FM25, because there was a lot of feedback last year for the back 5 systems. They're only I think some people, I had a workaround. I knew SI couldn't change it anymore. I had a workaround for it. I know pissed off a lot of people because I was saying it can be done. Pissed off a lot of people when I said it. You gotta do it like this. Nobody liked this solution. It's like, what? Yeah, it can be done. It's the way you do it. So that they hop on somebody quickly. That's what happened. Problem is, nobody wants to do this. Even I don't want to do it. It's too aggressive. Yeah. It's way too aggressive. This is the only way I can get them in near the box area. So it becomes like that. Yeah. So if you want to be aggressive with those wingbacks so that they're so high up the pitch. You see what has happened now? He's in the box. You want that, and you see where he's pressing, who's pressing. This is what we want. You see the wingbacks will be pressing these guys. So what people are doing right now in the game is that they're OIing the players. Now, I disagree. I don't think you should PI the player because PIs do not always guarantee that they press because it's just a marking instruction when he's near his zone. His zone is not here. His zone is here. Yeah, it's not like his zone is here all the time, right? So, like this, he's still counter pressing. Now he runs back. You see, he runs back, and then he's still here. So, if you wanted to play this, then you have to push it really high, and then you got to pin players down. A pressing forward is fine. You can play a pressing forward. But if you want to play a back 5 system, you got to be very comfortable playing on high mentalities if you really want it to score lots of goals. If you're not comfortable playing on attacking and very attacking with underlaps on, then don't play the tactic. So we scored the goal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it back and go, okay, fine. Positive. Now I don't need them to run up the pitch anymore, right? They can underlap. But I'll keep the ball. So I went looking for the goal. So if you want to do something like this, play a back 5 system, you have to learn how to use underlaps as a positional tool for your wingbacks. Because if you don't, this is what's going to happen, right? So I dropped my mental. We have to watch a transition now. Okay, I don't know. Why am I in charge of all this? Okay, whatever. We'll just say anything you want to say. We have to give it to the S-man later. All right, we are now wingbacks, and let's see now. We've got underlaps on, right? Okay. Pay attention to where those wingbacks start their press. We're in the opposition half again. All right, see these wingbacks are here right now, right? In the attacking phase, they got up. Now when the goalkeeper has the ball, this is their positioning. They are right on top of the opposition fullbacks, right? So the fullbacks can't really receive the ball. Removing this right now. Watch for the change in their setup. Okay, it hasn't kicked in yet, so see, it hasn't kicked in, so there's no point looking at where they are. This is when they still underlap is still on, right? See where they have to run back, all the way back. Still hasn't kicked in yet. So the position is still quite high. He's still here, in line with this guy. He's still here. So the fullbacks are not a passing option anymore because I'm using the underlap. I'm playing with a trigger press reflex. Yeah. Or at least I think I am. I cannot remember. No. Notice as well, I drop my mentality. Mentality affects my initial positioning, right? Okay. So I drop my mentality to positive, I consider a goal. You know why? Or my defensive, or rather, they had a shot on goal, right? So defensive line and line engagement has also been dropped. Because when you shift your mentality, you actually reduce your defensive line and your line engagement. And if you are going to ask, where is that written in this thing? Go spend more time on the forums and ask the mods the questions, because that's what I have done for the last few years, Okay. So it's always there. That's what mentality does. It shifts everything marginally. Whereas a change in defensive line, a change in line engagement is a major change in the game. So sometimes you just want to drop your defensive line and your line engagement slightly, right? That's when you drop your mentality. Okay, so now our underlaps are gone. Huh? Okay, look at where our boys are, right? Okay. Yeah, they're still following where their players are, their wingbacks are. But, this guy, look at him, man. The other guy doesn't want to go anywhere near the goal. No. Now he comes in, we get in, okay, not too bad. So, it's not too bad, This wingback is our best of wingback. Who's our wingback? Mendy's in the area. When it's a throw in, it'll be in the area. This guy is still outside the area. So my suggestion is, when you want to play with these back five systems, you can play on balance or defensive or lower mentalities. No one is going to stop you. But it's a pretty good. I would suggest you start considering, right, things like high mentality underlaps for a lightning start in a game. Of course, it's risky, right? And then after that, if you're playing well, you drop the lines marginally, so your players get back into defensive positions. Look at that now. You see, they're not so attacking anymore. He is here, but he's here, right? He hasn't gone up to here. He hasn't gone into the area. You see, he has not entered the penalty area. But when we were playing a very attacking mentality, he entered the penalty area. So now we change it back again. We go all the way back to very attacking, right? I want the wingbacks in the penalty area. I want them to be goal threat as well. So what do? The underlaps, jack up the mentality. Back fives can work very well, but you have to. It won't work for a lot of people, not because. It won't work for people who don't want to, who are not comfortable changing, who are not comfortable playing a high mentality. Because whenever I come across back five systems, I always generally see balanced mentality, no underlaps, wingbacks on support. I'm like, okay, all right, this is very defensive. Every time the back five is defending, but I want to play like real back five systems in the world where the wingbacks are literally flying wingers sometimes. See, now they are so high up the pitch. Okay, now as I go into the area, this guy's going to make a bolt. There we go. It's outside the area. Okay, lost the ball, so he made a decision to come in. I get flying wingers all the way, and I love it. Yeah. You don't have to drop lines, Midoriya. Drop mentality. Remove the underlap in a back five system. That's all. You don't have to I'm gonna play cautious now. I'm playing cautious now, right? Look at this. Trigger press more often. I drop my mentality to cautious. I don't need to go up the pitch anymore. I've dropped my defense and my line of engagement. That's it, But I still have the same thing. It's not like you need to change too many things. Yeah, you don't have to. Mentality is such a great tool for changing defensive lines and lines of engagement, especially in back five systems. And this one doesn't need invite cross. No, it shouldn't go into Hall of Fame. Yeah. It's already, there's a back 5 system in the Hall of Fame. It's a good tactic. There's nothing that I needed to do with this tactic. Yeah lah, okay lah. Middle rear, we save your tactic into the group one. Right now it's going to go in, it's oddly enough, it's going to be on cautious mentality. People might get confused. What the heck? Cautious mentality. Back 5 system. Why? My last. We're not going to call it my last now, okay? Yes, did I put a BYT here? Yeah, I did. Okay. Midoriya. Hey, look, there might be tactics here that belong to you guys. Huh? Okay, Midoriya. But these are mostly your tactics. Huh? Alright. There is there inside there. So all I did was now I want to play attacking, I can go attacking. If you really want to just stick low cross, it's so overrated. But yeah, it's good for a back 5 system because your wing backs will end up in this position to a cutback. But if you have players who are great in the air, you don't need that. So our first match is against Atletico Madrid. Video tactic. First game of the season, we smashed them 6-0. What's wrong with your tactic? 6-1, we consider a goal. What's wrong with your tactic? Please tell me what's wrong with your tactic. Nothing. It's just you're not comfortable playing some team instructions. That's all. Yeah. That's how I see it. You're not comfortable with team instructions. Most people don't seem to be. The general feeling I get from many years of me playing this game is a lot of people are not comfortable tweaking their tactics on the fly because they don't know what they're tweaking. They don't understand the impact of their changes. Yeah. So my suggestion is learn the basics. Like, okay, for example, right, in this game, not many people know that defensive and attacking have the same passing length. Meaning, in terms of the length of the passes will be about the same. So, but in one, they take more risks in passing the ball. In the other one, they're very calculated about how they pass the ball. So they want to make sure that they can get to the player with the pass. So then, this is much more, has a lower risk factor. This is a higher risk factor. Every one of them, from very defensive to very attacking, what happens here is that when you play on very defensive, your creative freedom is at the lowest. When you play a very attacking, your creative freedom is at the very highest. You're basically telling your team to express themselves even more when you're playing on that kind of a mentality. So, that's the second thing. The third thing is, on each one of these mentalities, there's a slight shift in your line of engagement and your defensive line. So, when you play on the lowest very defensive, your defensive line, and assuming it's standard defensive line, right? So if you're on very defensive, your standard defensive line will look different from a very attacking standard defensive line, because the very attacking standard defensive line is going to be slightly higher than your very defensive one. So when you make small changes in mentality, you're also making small changes in defensive line of engagement. So sometimes one of the best things to do in a game is, if you have a really high risk tactic, like you see me play my Go Smash tactic, right, which is only 1 minute, where I only defend with one defender, but I win a lot of games. I get like 2.3 non-penalty XG a game. I get 3 clear-cut chances per match. Haven't you noticed that lately I've been playing on cautious? Why? Because I want to win titles. So when I play on lower mentalities, my players are very calculated with their passes because I already have 5 players in the opposition third. I don't need to take a risky pass. My players are there. Find any one of them with a pass, they will score a goal. So, understanding how mentality impacts decision making and risk taking with your tactics makes a big difference. Once I put past the short tempo, the slowest, you waste time. I mean, what is tempo? Again, tempo is nothing but, hey, guys, slow the game down, get others into play. That's it. That's what tempo is. Time wasting as an instruction doesn't mean anything. It just means that, The ball goes out, take a bit longer to restart the game. But tempo is something that a lot of people don't understand. Again, tempo is a beautiful instruction. Like, if you play a very high tempo, you better have 3 guys in front who can score lots of goals. And that's it. Must be very good at going solo to score a lot of goals. But if you play on low tempo, let's get the whole team involved and try and score a goal. That's why it's easier sometimes to score more goals on lower tempo than it is on higher tempo. And the other thing about tempo suits the formation and your goal. If you're playing a low block, maybe you want to have a high tempo because you don't want to waste too much time getting the ball up to the 2 strikers because you've drawn the opposition out. But if you have a very good team and you can move them around and you can keep possession of the ball, then you want to play on low tempo like tiki-taka, move them around, keep the ball away from the opposition and score lots of goals. Yeah. Hey, Aftexa, I'm doing well, man. How are you? Okay. All right, so we got, we just did Midoriya's tactic. Let's look at other tactics. And Mido, your tactic ended up, huh? Not bad, not bad. Well done. 3-4-2-1. Not every day, man. 3-4-2-1 ends up in the Hall of Fame. Like I said, 3-4-2-1s are very, 5-2-2-1s are very, very strong. They've been very strong since our beta. But when I said they are like, I once called them one of the top tactics, no? They are one of the top tactics of Football Manager, but they require you to know how to play with mentality. If you don't know how to play with mentality, use the tactics. Chances are you're gonna. When people say the meta, that's why I don't like to use the word meta formations, right? Like, dangerous word. People just drop the formation, play and go like, hey, it's a meta formation, I'm gonna win. Working on algorithm plus physics homework. Oh, man, sadly stuck. Oh, algorithm means you should. Yeah, I know. I'm working on something too. And I'm stuck. Yeah, I'm trying to get. But I think I should be able to figure it out later tonight. But probably need some sleep. I tried to try something. Unfortunately, it caused a blue screen or death crash on my computer, so I have to undo a lot of things. It's about Windows, right? You can always mess about with the architecture a bit in your computer. And then you try something, boom, crashes. Okay, I guess that didn't work. Alright, so we got Ducks in the Red. Ducks in the Red sounds like a song, man. I'm trying to get my... I'm basically trying to get my... I'm trying to create this thing where somebody on Twitch redeems a reward. Yeah. And that reward then goes to my streamer bot. Right? It triggers, so there's a command, because once you do the channel reward, there can be a command that gets inputted into the streamer bot. Now, what I wanted to do was using a MIDI command into from the streamer bot to go into my Rodecaster, right? Pro, which is my mixer, my mixer, and then from my mixer it goes back into OBS. And it triggers, so the mixer will have a sound effect like applause, or changes my voice to a robot, or changes the lights in the room. And then it gets triggered. So I know I can do it from Twitch. Simple things like switching my lights and that. I've done it with IFTT before. But now if that whole thing is not free anymore, man. You gotta pay money, now. So I was like, damn, I can't. I need freebies. I can't afford all those. We have to pay a lot of money and get the stuff. I'm pretty certain it can be done. I managed to do this. See, I managed to do that, which is mute myself. Okay. I managed to sort everything else out. Right? So now it's only the fun toys that I have to put in. That's what I was working on. It's not hard. It's just you gotta put your mind to it. That's all. Some of the other stuff is a bit more complicated. I actually had this whole death scene I wanted to get triggered. So every time I die in Black Myth Wukong, you guys will be able to create a catastrophic effect on the stream. So, not the stream won't die, but basically I look like I have in more ways than one. I was like, I was drawing with. I got the layers of the thing, all that done, but then the coding was a bit not on my street, so I've got to teach myself that, man. Oh, you're working on a project where you apply machine learning algorithm to markets. That's cool. Do you use OBS? Yeah, I use OBS. Wow, that's cool, no? Apply machine learning algorithm to markets. Wow. I remember once I had a friend of mine who was in the financial markets. Right? We were both graduated from university. Then he was one of the first few dudes I know because he's got double physics. He's got double honors, physics and math. Right? So he's sharp. He's super smart. Okay? And he created, but this is in the 90s, no? He created, using the Excel spreadsheet, an algorithm where he could do his financial trading. He was a wealth investor for Barclays. Yeah. So he did so well in his first few years that he literally became one of those guys that had a transfer fee. So when banks wanted him to move, they actually gave him a transfer fee to move across over to it, because that's how banks did it in the 90s. They wanted these guys who had their own tools and who by themselves were carrying banks on their own. Yeah. So Barclays gave him I think 50 million to move over. That was his sign-on check. Not Barclays, the other bank they went to. First something or other. Credit Suisse First Boston or something like that. Yeah. The issue is I can't code enough. I can just think about that's a good start, right? The issue is I can't code enough, so I can just think about what I want to say. That's good because you're doing something. You're doing something that is going to be common for a lot of people moving forward. You see, coders right now don't have a future. Unless it's a new machine learning code. But the thing is this, getting the hottest jobs on the market right now are those dudes who can talk computer. Not code computer, no, but talk computer. So that means whatever language the computers are using right now is basically you being able to find a way to express what you need in a machine learning language. Those are the hottest jobs on the market right now. They'll probably be hot for the next, 5 years? Yeah. But 5 years, no, that's a funny thing about this, I think. But it'll be interesting. Ducks in the road, let's see. DLP, volante, fullback. This is this tactic, we don't have to waste any time. Don't have to play, it will work, okay? Get further forward, roll for position, no, it won't work. Take this out. I just have to remind you, don't want that to happen. You see, these guys are going to get up the pitch with the underlap, play our defense, right? So they're going to get up the pitch. What you want this guy to do is, he doesn't need this, he doesn't need this. You don't play a DLP, you can't play a DLP actually. Yeah, you can. Libero comes up, but you want him to be a defend duty, not a support duty. Then this role, he can be an inverted fullback. He's going to sit narrow, but with the underlap, what's going to happen is that he's going to end up in these positions high up the pitch. This is the reason why you want him to drop. Okay? And you want him to drop. So you want to basically play wingers opposite the flank of their preferred foot. So a left-footed winger here and a right-footed winger here. This way they'll be able to thread passes to the other side. Counter press is fine. Counter is fine. Yeah. This is okay. Yeah, this is fine. This needs to be a bit higher, and you can do a prevention goalkeeper distribution. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this tactic is very similar to what we made on the stream. Yeah. So this actually works. It does work. Yeah, but you need to remove this because they're too far forward. You need them actually to do an underlap. So they'll hold up the ball looking to play these two guys in. So basically, these are your two top scorers. And then here you want to add, you need him to roam from position. You need to go slightly left and right to join in the play whenever you do the focus play left and right. Sorry, I forgot to add that. So now what you have is a lot of build up here, ping, build up here, ping. And then it's all through balls as well. This can work. Definitely can work. We're not playing it because we played systems like this quite a lot now on the stream. I mean, almost every week we have a 4-2-3-1 like this. See if there's a different tactic, we'll play with it. I already seen the silent assassin. Okay, that's it. Oh, playing this silent assassin, done. Okay, silent assassin, passing balance. Again, we want to play higher mentalities of back 5 systems. We don't need to use pass into space. Drop this a bit more, dribble less. Okay, no, right defense is actually quite good for back 5. Counter press, no, counter is fine. Okay, get stuck in, not necessary. Mid block, no mid, no, don't play prevent. Don't play with invite crosses in a back 5. Otherwise, these guys, they don't step up to close down. You don't ever use invite crosses with a back 5. What you can do is you can go to opposition instructions like this, right? Okay, what we'll do here is we'll see the opposition wingers. We'll tell them to trigger press. Trigger press here. Tackle hard. What we also want them to do is you want to show them to the right flank and show them to the left flank. Okay? Then we come inside here with the same thing we do to this guy. So every time because we are expecting our fullbacks to be our defensive wingers to be near them, right? So now every time they make a mistake, we jump on them. So these are the ones. Same applies to the wingers. So wingers, we don't want them to cut inside, because if they cut inside, they put our central defenders in trouble. So we want to keep them on the flanks as much as possible, and we don't need to hard tackle them. That's it. Okay, so we just play like this, and there we go. I removed the complete wing back. We don't need him to roam because we got this guy here, so we just play wing back. Okay, we'll play wing back. Now think about this tactics. It's like this. Okay, I don't like playing support like this, support. I rather this guy become a tank. You don't need them to be support. You need them to be front and center, being wingers when you win the ball back. Because these guys can help you defend. So go wing side, defend. Then you turn this guy into a wide center, wing back on a tank, and wing back on a tank. That's it. Okay. All right. So shorter passing isn't your friend, because you got your players are so far forward. You want them to pass it short, and then get to them. By the time that happens, it's over, man. Stop cross is not needed. Yeah. Just because we don't use invite cross doesn't mean we have to use stop cross. Yeah. Stop cross just means you go a bit wider. So I rather not use it straight away. Watch the game, because we want to make sure that we don't get too wide, that the space opens up. So if I use stop cross, it's going to be very situational. So player to turn, right? In fact, this tactic, right, you can really make it funky. This guy becomes a libero. This guy becomes a roaming playmaker. There's another way you can play the game. This one is the center push with those guys. You've just started coding it, working on it, but the AI is using it, doing the legwork. Yeah, just hold it. Yeah. No, wish I could do that myself, man. I'm gonna try and ask the AI how to. I'm gonna talk to the chat one, a coding AI. So whatever it is, back 5 is still up defending somewhat, right? So these guys are up the pitch. There's no we'll go dribble. No wonder. Remove the tackle. I was wondering why the guy was just dribbling. You got to pass the ball. You got that PI there, dribble more. I'd rather him just when he gets a chance to dribble, but when there's space, right? Not dribble more at every opportunity. That's defeats the purpose of having players next to him. I mean, back 5, like the way you set up, right? You've got like, this is a counter-attacking tactic. So if I wanted to make it a bit more safer, we got Mazala with him, right? So, but here's the build out. Wait a minute. You got Mazala here, but you got a DLF on this side. Okay, wait, we're gonna turn the pressing for here. And we're gonna play, I don't know what we're gonna do here. I think we're gonna play a DLF on a tank here. And we got these two combining. So we'll use you as a wingback on support, and then we'll play you as a wingback on a tank. And then we'll turn you around. Why? Because this looks like a place that I can build. So I can actually turn this group into an area. I can turn this area into a place where I can create chances, like, you know, bring players to one side so I can unleash the left, the other flank. So let's pop into key highlights. No, we are using good teams, but sometimes it's better to use a decent team than to use an average team, because in an average team, you might not even have the players who can play the tactical system. Now, sometimes you use a good team and your tactic doesn't work as well, then it's got to be the tactic. Or the person who came up with the tactic, like who's making tweaks like me at the moment. So we know that this is going to be defense. So now I don't have to play on attacking, so I can go down to the cautious. Because remember I said earlier about the length of the passes? Okay. Everything is passed into space now. And pressing forward we don't need. We just play advance forward. What's the point of having a pressing forward? You want somebody getting behind their line, right? You're playing a mid-block. You don't need him to be on the defenders, just, you know, they are loose. We're using two roles to draw players further away now. Like using this guy to draw the team away. The DLF will help us draw the opposition away, right? Then advance forward will try and run behind their lines. But when you make a tactic like this, right, you have to accept the fact that you're defending a lot, no? You know? Because you got... The logic is very simple. The moment you have more players in defense, like we are defending with 3, 6, 8 players, man. Of course, this is very defensive. Yeah. So can I win titles with that? No way. Be too defensive. I mean, maybe if I have a lot of 1-0s or 1-1s, 1-0, I'll have a team that doesn't score a lot of goals. Yeah. Mendy lost the ball. Rodrigo looks for options. And I think Sumare has picked up another yellow card. Yeah. Okay, now they've got a player that's tiring on the right flank, so let's attack a bit more on that flank. Okay. Alright, we put Dani Carvajal and send him to a tank. Aurelian Chumani. Oh, push up. Now we want to get a goal. I got from mid block all the way up. Don't you get stuck in. We could still lose. Yeah. We could still lose. That's why I don't like this 8 at the back. Got no way out. I spend too much time defending. Set piece sometimes happens, right? Also depends on your... Think about it. The games, you play on key highlights, right? Every time you make a tactical change, right, the AI will recalculate the score. It's not always open. It will recalculate the score if you made a change. So you are bound to... So these are highlights based on your tactical changes. It's like, if you don't make these changes, you might lose the game. The throw-in always happens. I know that. Yeah. But if you didn't make any changes, right? Now the AI made changes, right? There's a recalculation. There's immediately a recalculation. So what do I need to do pass negotiation? I might as well. But I won't counter at every opportunity. It made changes. I'm making changes to counter its changes. Okay. But why did we win? Because we get throw-ins? No. Because we made changes. That's how the game works. Once you make changes, the game recalculates. Once it recalculates, see, this is how the game works in Football Manager, which is something a lot of people don't understand and people don't see it. Okay, so you've got two teams. You chose your teams, you chose your tactic, you go out. You don't make any changes, script written, and then what happens in the game? So maybe an injury here, player gets substituted, then it'll recalculate again. So any event in the game forces a recalculation because a match, it's an event-based match engine. So if nothing happens in the game, and you say no injuries, nothing, no changes, nothing's up. Okay, maybe it'll have a result plan at the start, but then again, it doesn't work that way. So it basically is event-based. So this sequence of events can lead to potential scenarios, depending on what might happen. Okay. Then, if you make a change in your tactic, immediately there is going to be a recalculation. Now, whenever see, there are two engines in the game. One is the match engine, and the other one is the graphics engine. Okay, so the match engine calculates the score, and then the match engine tells the graphics engine, we want you to come up with a story. So now the graphics engine says, oh, the score is supposed to be 2-1, is it? Okay, all right, I'll come up with a story that fits the narrative of your match engine. Your match engine said you made changes to the wing back and attack, and they said, okay, good. We now create something on the right side for you to score the goal. Based on these changes, because maybe your tactic now has got has created more lines, passing lines. Because what will happen is like there's something in the game, the algorithm that will say, oh, now you've connected these dots. There are more potential passing triangles. Therefore, you'll have more passes in this area, and then the match engine will calculate your chances of creating an overload on this side has increased because you made a shift in your tactic. They calculate their shouts were supposed to be a temporary increase in some attributes. Like there were some shouts, right, when they initially were designed. This is what was explained to all the moderators. We asked them, because we can ask questions to SI directly. So we asked, what does this shout do? Because I know Hearn asked that question, because Hearn actually wrote a guide after that, based on his one-to-one conversation with the person who wrote the shouts. So the person who wrote the shouts said that these shouts give a temporary boost to certain attributes. So they give you a certain boost to certain attributes, like teamwork, give you a boost. Yeah. For a short while, they will give you a boost. But the problem was, as I couldn't explain, it was too much work, I think, because how long does the effect last? So I think SI didn't want to explain because of a lot of things. So first, the effect lasts for 10 minutes. So does the effect last for 10 minutes? Or because you notice, right, once you make a shot, you cannot make another shot, right? So it's assumed the effect is during that change, okay? During that period of time, you cannot make another tactical change. So as I didn't change the narrative, so we followed this, we've accepted that interpretation. And then, then SI also told us that there's diminishing returns to shots. That one is very clear. I was there. when they said diminishing returns to shots, I was like, okay, that means we can't use the same shot more than 3 times. After third time, the impact of the shot is less. And not all shouts lead to changes in short-term gain in an attribute. That was it. No, some are body language shouts. I'm like, okay, that's it. So some shouts have no so we go and like, okay. So SI never went into it with so much detail. And some more, I think, right, the way SI operates sometimes, I won't be surprised if the guy who did the shouts is not working there anymore. It could be, because it was me, right? Like the way I see sometimes, it could be that he left the company and then the code, and now it's whoever has gone in, they've got his work, but now they got to think, oh shit, man, what was the goal of this? But look, this thing is keeping money. Shouts work hand in hand with players' personalities. That's how it works. So maybe you have a whole bunch of players who they got the wrong personalities, because I used to use Fire Up and my players never get red cards. Because the shouts used to work, right? This is why SI took it out, because SI never went out to explain it, right? So then a lot of interpretations happened as a result. That's your players are keep. I always say you have this insatiable ability to not insatiable. You always get the wrong players. I worry when AI changes tactics, recalculate that, adjust it, calculates it again, and you get too nervous, it will make the calculation. But I know all the reasons why sometimes, right, people, guys like me get too hung up on making changes, because I make a change, AI changes. Then I go like, oh no, I know the AI is the AI reacting to my change? I want my change to be the alpha change. It means the main change. That means I change, right? AI doesn't change, I'm happy. I'm like, okay, AI is not reacted. So then suddenly I make a change. Like just now, when I made the change, like, we're 3-2 up, right? AI made a change as well. So I immediately had to counter change. So when I saw the AI changed its formation, I realized, hey, there's a possibility in my score, because it just changed from a defensive posture to attacking posture, even if it's a man down. And the score is 3-2. Remember, we were 1-0 up. And we had the one-man advantage, and the AI scored 2 goals, it was 2-1 up. With 10 minutes to go. So I changed my tactic, right? I didn't change the tactic, I just changed a couple of instructions. We went from 2-1 to 2-2, right? And then the AI changed again, and I had to go from 2, I made a small tweak, and we went from 2-2 to 3-2. So there is going to be a change. Every time there is going to be a recalculation. Whenever you make a change, you force the match engine to recalculate. The question is this: do you know the impact of your change? If you don't make changes. The safe change is change mentality. If you don't know the impact of your change, it's very dangerous. If you don't know what you're doing, it's very dangerous. Especially if you're doing like I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just going to change this, hope it works. See, the worst change people are suggesting, right, is like, oh, you should be playing on this mentality away from home, and this mentality when you're home. That is like, hey, dude, seriously? That's the best you can do? Because that's all that does is changes your defensive and your offensive posture. Because I've had people come on the stream go like, you shouldn't be playing attacking. I'm like, dude, I've been playing attacking the whole damn season, away and at home. Okay, the reason why I know what I'm doing, the reason why it's working well is because we've got that kind of a tactic that works. The more attacking I am, the more fun it becomes for me. But is it wrong to play on a low mentality away from home? The logic is very simple. Away from home, the AI is going to be more attacking. It's going to take more risk. So you counter that by playing on a lower mentality. There's nothing wrong with that. But what does it do? It changes your defensive line of engagement, trigger pressing. There are 5 things. Mentality changes 5 things in the game. 5 things slightly. Yeah. Well, so it's been fun. Yeah. So let's see. Okay, I don't think we have any more, right? Do we have any more? No? Discord? These days, I'm scared to change mentality too easily. I don't think I am more inclined to change mentality than I am to change team instructions. In fact, the first change I usually do is mentality. I'm like, if I'm not sure, right, rather change mentality. Yeah. I think it's a much safer thing to do. Sometimes when you're changing roles and duties, that's like really, it's a major change to your tactical shit. Is there a way to set tactic for player to pass ball back? Not really. The passing of the ball back is what we call, when they pass the ball back is what Football Manager, the devs will call a reset. So they can't find it. So basically what you do is this. If you want your players to do that more often, like be patient, like your tempo is lower and your mentality is lower. So you're playing on something like positive or balance. The tempo is normal. Then you'll see a lot of these kind of like, you don't play with counter on. Right? So when you get the ball back, instead of just going forward all the time, if they don't see an opportunity, they bring the ball back. Yeah, so you can do that. But your tactic has to be on positive, tempo has to be normal. You tried coding the thing you wanted to do with Quick Teach Channel Points. Wow, cool man, the flexor. But what you should do is you should go and study. Yeah, don't worry about me. Go and do your studies. Yeah, so don't waste time. Don't do stuff here. Yeah, concentrate on your studies, man. Yeah, you concentrate on your studies. Put it on GitHub and then let me know. Yeah, but just concentrate on your studies. Don't worry about other people. Yeah. You've just done it now. Okay, that's interesting. Do you have a link to it somewhere? Maybe I'll just have a look. If it's on GitHub, or what's the other place you can put it? Not GitHub. What's that place for code? I used to use it. It's just a repository. You just dump stuff on. I used to do it for all my World of Warcraft stuff. My work is done for school. What's that place where we used to put all the stuff? All the paste bin. Paste bin. I'll show you where you put it. Okay. Put it on paste bin. Yeah. Pastebin.com. The number one paste tool in the world. Just come in here, just put your paste in, just log in and then create a paste and then just put it in, and then you can do like all kinds of you don't have to, you can make it private, you can make it public. Yeah. That's the way, that's the place you can share stuff on with your friends and stuff. It's one of the best places to do it. Honestly, this is one of the best places to do it. Yeah. So it's really easy, man. Because okay. Yeah, I was just sorting something out. Wow. So how did you guys enjoy this? Was it stuff on the tactics helpful for you guys? I definitely want to try some different things out the next couple of days. Let's see now. So let's go and see. I'm very tempted to find out if there's been any movement on that thread. No, one of where we had the chat. Yeah, I'm interested. I want to mention my name. Oh yeah, okay, so if somebody agreed with me, okay. I was like, wow. I'm more used to people disagreeing with me, Like, doesn't happen. So let's see what's happened. Right? So because we had this guy who's been basically saying that he has had no youth players. I'm looking at this guy. Basically, I've kind of asked this guy a couple of times. This was what I said. I said, look, it depends on the number of, because this is his head. This is one of the head of youth development. Like, not him, another guy. But essentially, I said, your DB size is actually quite important. This is very important. The total number of players loaded is actually very important. And then the number of relations loaded and the number of playable leagues. And then, please don't come and talk to me about view-only leagues because that plays no part, okay? It's just one for one change. That means the number doesn't increase, no? So you got to wait for the Newgen to, like this, the 5-star Newgen to retire from the world of football before you see another one come. So you can expect him, you ain't seeing one from Egypt for like 20 years, man. Like, in a game world. So like, that's it. Also, all these Egyptians, Cameroonians, African players that play in those leagues, forget it. You ain't seeing one. Guaranteed. No way it's happening. Okay. I don't care if you have an edited database your friend said, I've created this fantastic African database. All right. Yeah, and I've used Dave Ensid's this thing. Even Dave Ensid will turn around and say it doesn't work that way. Okay, it does not. Because within the game, the way SI have done the algorithm is there's an algorithm within the game that determines the rate at which Newgens come out in the world, especially the 5-star one. So you have no control over it. No matter what you do, you can influence it, increase your chances, so to speak, but you can't make it so that if you're managing Bosnia and Herzegovina, that they are going to produce as many 5-star wonder kids as England will. I mean, you'd have to play the game for 150 years, man, for that to happen. So, number of nations loaded, number of playable leagues is important. Youth recruitment level, youth coaching level, personality and attributes of all youth coaches. This is really important. It's not just the head coach. A lot of people go in, I'm going to look at people, like one guy came in, I looked at his attributes, I looked at his personnel, I looked at his attributes. That's it. So I was like, dude, seriously? You have to look at his personality and his attributes, right? And his coaching qualifications, club reputation level. So I did this, and that we had this number, right? But here the thing is, this is before I did the study, After that I did the study because, I said a lot of stuff, right? But I didn't prove it. But now I noticed a lot of others came in to back me up. Well, it depends how good is the team. Impact the star ratings quite a lot, but the star ratings are very wrong initially. You're correct. Now a bit little bit more hard play, long post. He's okay. I know Zor's Youth Academy Challenge is very, very, very serious. Okay, I know he knows what he's talking about because he's been doing a Youth Academy Challenge for a really long time, and he takes over the team in the lowest tier possible. And I tell you something, these kind of saves can last they can last from one FM cycle. You skip one FM cycle, you come in, you're still playing the next FM cycle. If youth intakes never were good, this will not be impossible to complete. Can I have 41? So it's clearly possible. So this is his youth. Okay, right? This is high potential, but he's not showing. Determination 17, this is an excellent player. 15. Right? Look at what we do. You see, all the moderators know, all of us know that this is super important. We combine personality, determination, and this is you see what we have here is personality, determination, and professionalism. This is the closest we can do to get to professionalism without opening the hood and going, what's its value? So like this guy is low professionalism, this guy is good professionalism, this guy low professionalism, low, poor. This is the leader of the bunch. This is the superstar already. He's a superstar. So you can see this. These are all very good players. He's playing in England. He's got one Kenyan. Okay, all right. Bustthenet. He actually went to check out the Bustthenet. Okay, I know. That means this tells him, right, his youth recruitment range as well. How far his youth recruitment range extends. He's off 28 seasons. I guarantee you, if you take a nation like Hungary, you take one of those nations which are not the top tier, right? It will be a minimum of 20 seasons before you see fantastic players coming through, right? You'll take it 30, maybe 40 seasons before your Hungary becomes like, people start treating it like a mecca for development. But even then, I doubt it's going to happen, because Spain and England are too powerful in the match, in this database. Their power extends multiple generations. Even right now, like in mine, look at this, man. 2047. Look at the ratio here. England 124, Spain 132. Brazil is not even 50% of what England and Spain have done. That's a crazy thing, no? So it's not going to be... Yeah, it won't happen, because your North Korean army, you did an experiment, right? You came into my safe, you adopted a whole group of North Koreans, right? But the problem is that because of the way the database is structured, first, the managers there are no high quality managers playing there. The game doesn't recognize it as a playable league. So the managers don't go there. There's no competition to go there, right? Managers also have competition, right? So they want to go there. It's not like transfer market for managers as well. So, nothing there. I checked your messages. I whispered you the message already. I whisper, check your Twitch whisper. FXer. You can see it. Yeah, it's y@gmail.com. Yeah. It's in the chat. I sent it to you already. Plus, it's in my Twitch information, man. Whispers. Check whispers on Twitch. How do you check your whispers on Twitch? Check your messages up there. Top corner, notification. Right at the top, there's a notification bell, right? So check your notifications. It should be up there. Yeah. It's up there. Right at the bottom. One bell there, right? Okay. Should be there. Just send it to me, I'll have a look. So yeah, so looks like I don't know if it's okay. So far with your tactics all quite good today. I like the fact that you guys came with some interesting tactics. The Silent Assassin with a 3-4-2-1, both very, very, very interesting tactics. It's fantastic tactics for today, man. Absolutely sensational. So once again, right, I'll try to get the I'm trying to do a video very soon that I'm going to be putting on the main channel for development. And then if I can, get it out. But it's like all things, right? It's like one of those research videos. Being a research video takes me some time to get all the numbers together. So I don't want to just put it out and just go like, oh yeah, oh great. So I want to thank everybody for popping in today. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. So I want to thank all of you for coming today. You guys, sensational. I've got your information, so thank you very much, FX. I do have to go. But I want to thank you for what you just did. I'll go test it out and let you know on the next stream. Yeah, I managed to unlock the base. I managed to unlock the. I managed to unlock the base, man. I'll leave the thing open, right? I leave the thing open. Okay. Anyway, I've got to go. I got to put the kids to sleep. I have to put the kids to sleep. The kids are in bed right now and already waiting for me. So thanks a lot. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be doing something special. I might be back later for Black Myth Wukong. Good night. Or I might be asleep. I don't know. It depends on my state of mind. Okay, this is not really Kulos Bananos. Supposed to be Kulos Bananos, getting it right. Yeah, that's the one. Someone or other, sometimes all these things, it's like you're getting the wrong buttons pressed. Right.